Good evening, and on the show tonight, Street Watchers, what are they? How can I join? We speak to our guys, John Pierre or JP and Chris, our normal first aid tip from our first aider, local volunteers, and some neighborhood watch feedback as well. Stay tuned. Folks, good evening and welcome to another episode of the Power Hour. I think this is our second episode on our new name. But before we go any further, as always, let me bring in my partner in crime fighting, Graham. Graham, good evening. How's it going?
Good evening, everybody. Well, thanks, and yourself, Aristo.
No complaints. Just glad we had a bit of a longer break this time, but we're back on there with some nice guests and I think a nice full show again tonight.
No, definitely. We've got some interesting concepts that are going to be coming out. Something that I've actually started looking into a little bit myself, and some nice opportunities involved in that. So, I think both of the guys that we're going to speak to tonight, they've got concepts that I have to go and try. So I'm looking forward to doing that in the near future.
No, definitely. So, folks, let's get past all the nitty-gritty before we get to the lekker stuff. As always, if you've got any questions for our guests or if you want to just ask us something, there's our contact details. You can WhatsApp the show on that number, the 086-963-0637. You can email us at liveshow@extra.co.za. That is for anything related to the show. If you want to join the show, if you want to advertise, sponsor, anything, contact us on that number. Or if you just got some general questions for Neighborhood Watch, BRA, or to any of the guests we've had, you can always email us and we'll get it through to the right people. Yeah. So there's all our contact details. Let me see. What else have we got? We've got our sponsors, which we'll bring up again just now. As you know, with our sponsors, we cannot put these nice shows together. So thank you very much, but we'll give you a bit more information on our sponsors just now. And then, Graham, before we go any further, I must tell you this quickly, this little story. We met up with I'm not allowed to say, a well-known hardware store in Brackengate. Let's not do some free advertising. And in the foyer or the little entrance was a farmer from up in, I'm not even sure, it's way up sort of Sutherland side. He is from Karoo Droogtehulp. And those guys, folks, a lot of you have probably known, they are struggling with drought and all that kind of stuff up there. And he comes down every second Saturday and comes to the store and comes and sells raffle tickets just to get some money together for Lucerne and stuff for the sheep and the stuff up there. So what I think what we will do, I think we're going to start a bit of a challenge here. We will get more information. You can go check them on Facebook. As I say, Karoo Droogtehulp. I must say, we sort of spoke to the UM after we bought our raffle ticket. And we said, you know what, we're from Neighborhood Watch. We've got a few contacts. We're going to see what we can do and see if we can get something together. And you know what? This uncle was almost in tears. So every little bit helps. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to see if we can get a little something together for them. And I'm not going to set an unrealistic target here. I want to see if we can get at least 1,000 Rand together. What he told us is it cost them 100 Rand a bale of Lucerne. And with one bale of Lucerne, they can feed a sheep, I think, for about 3 days. That's one sheep for 100 Rand for 3 days.
Arista, I was out there, it could be about 3 weeks ago, maybe even a month ago, with an initiative in that area as well. And you can see how the drought has physically affected farmers out there. And they are really reliant on any donations that come in literally almost any form as well. The farm owners, they can tell us exactly what they need and when they're hungry. But to be honest, the animals, they don't quite communicate in the same way. So yes, I think it's a great challenge. Anybody who who would like to donate, we can put something together towards that and see where we can help them. You know, a community that stands together, stays together, and lives. You know, it's what we're there for, to help each other out.
Exactly. And I think, Graham, to start the thing off, Extra Productions is going to put, as I say, we don't have to put mega bucks. We're going to put 300 Rand towards this. So anybody, we challenge you, you know, 10 Rand, 20 Rand, anything. We will put up details on the necessary pages and stuff on how to donate some money. And we will make sure we get it. If we get some money together, we'll get them on the show and we'll hand it over to them. But I think we really can. Oh, here we go. Look at this. The first one has come in.
I think we need to raise that because Guido will match what Etzera puts down. So Guido will put 300 as well.
So there we go, folks. So that's 600 Rand already. And here we've got our first challenge. Burgundy Estate is putting down 200 Rand, and they're challenging all other neighborhood watchers in the area to better or match that. So if we just get from our neighborhood watchers to 200 Rand, we've already over our target. So folks, if you want to assist, please get in touch with us and let's make something happen for those farmers. We will also then try and obviously we'll try and go out to the farm one weekend and go see what's going there and bring you some feedback on that. Burgundy, thank you very much. We will put it out there. So Graham, I think that is sort of going to be our challenge for the next two episodes or so. See how much we can get together, and see if we can really do something and help those. Oops.
Here
it comes. Dave Morley is giving us 500 Rand. So, folks, I think we have to move this up now to 2,000 Rand is going to be our target because we are way over 1,000 Rand already, I think. So, yes, let's make this 2,000 Rand is our target and let's see what we can do. Whoops.
That is very nice.
We're going to get to you now. It's coming in fast. There we go. Botazar Gardens Tennis will donate 150 Rand. Jody, thank you very much. Guys, I think this is going to make their day. I think these oaks are going to be very happy. So keep those things coming. Keep it coming. We will do something and get it there.
Perfect. All right, Aristo, if I can just let you know what we've basically gone through in this week so far, from a neighborhood watch perspective. Naturally, our briefings are still currently on a Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. Please keep your eyes open on the street watch groups. That's where we put the location for each week out. And come and join us, come and chat with us. Find out about what's happening from a neighborhood watch perspective inside your community. Should you want the briefing to take place in your street, please just put that on your street watch group and request it. And then we will gladly come out and host that event in your street. The Boersig Neighborhood Watch email address. We've had some technical difficulties with that email address to the point that we've had to create a temporary email address for now until we can resolve the issue. I don't know if you've got that. I know I've caught you off guard with that, Arista, but the email address is BNW for Boersig Neighborhood Watch at etzera.co.za. You can see it at below the screen at the moment. So should you need to get hold of us for anything, please use that email address until further notice. Then in the area, we've had some changes in the Edgemead Neighborhood Watch. So I just want to go through what those changes are. The chairman is now Dion Williams. The vice chairman is Tracy Hacht. The operations manager is Stephen Maritz. The secretary is Sonia Fourie. Admin and membership is Marita, excuse me if I get this wrong, Marita Hunt. Training is Sean Young. And fundraising is Mandy Gershner. And then BRA have also had their new committee formed. The chairman there, and Derek, please forgive me if I pronounce your surname incorrectly here. It's Derek Sear is the chairman. Parks and Lanes is Graham Kaplan. Administration is Karen Anderson. Safety and Security is Penny Loubser. Boersig Gardens is Jody Wilson. And Jody, thank you very much for that donation towards Karoo. Then the treasurer is a very difficult name for me. Ibchan Rycliffe. Apologies if I've got that incorrectly. Seniors and pensioners is Glenda Murray, and youth projects is Sean Moran. So, guys, congratulations in your new positions. It's always great to have some fresh feet and some fresh ideas. Good luck, strength, and the community support you as you support us. Thank you very much to Edgemead Neighbourhood Watch. From a Neighbourhood Watch perspective, we look forward to spending some many patrolling hours with you guys, and we'll assist you wherever possible. Congratulations in your new portfolios. Arista, I think further than that, at the moment, I don't think there's anything else out of the ordinary, other than obviously we're waiting for our president to address us. And if there are any changes with that do affect neighborhood watches, we will let you know.
Definitely. And I think on that, we can just sort of mention, folks, our patrollers are still out there. We do get special permits that allow us to go out during curfew hours. So the patrollers are still out there doing their thing. Obviously, with COVID, it's a bit difficult. A lot of our patrollers have opted out not to patrol during this time, which is fine. I mean, everybody has to look after their health. So yes, that is fine. But yes, we are still out there. And I think, Graham, I see you mentioned the BRA. Just quickly, I think we can just say, folks, BRA and BNW are two separate entities. We work together, we assist each other, but we are two separate entities. So we can't really answer BRA questions and they can't really answer BNW questions. But if you send information to us, we will make sure they get it. And we will get them back on the show one night again to give us a bit more info. So we share a lot of info. We get together, we do stuff together, but we are sort of two separate entities. Just so people don't sort of confuse the two and think it's, I know it's probably funny to say, but yeah, we run under different things and we got different roles that we play, but we do work together with everybody like we work with SAPS and everybody else. We work together for our community. So Graham, then I think just quickly, I see our guests are waiting patiently there in the lobby. Before we get to them, there's been a few questions people have asked about street watches. What are the street watches? How do I join street watches? I don't know. Can I throw you in the deep end? Do you want to take this, or do you want me to take it?
No, I'll take it. Basically, for every street, we have a street watch in the Boerdesig area, and I'm confident that Richwood have exactly the same, and Edgemead have exactly the same for their respective neighborhood watches. To join that street watch, you would contact the neighborhood watch with the email address below. Or alternatively, there are lots of people in your street that are already on the street watch. So ask some of your neighbors as well. They can have you added by an admin, or send us an email with your contact details. Contact us on Facebook. You can Facebook Messenger us with your contact details, and we can then send that through to the individuals, the admins for the street watch groups, and they will gladly add you on. I'm just going to ask, because I see it come through often, that when you ask to be put onto the street watch, they will ask you what your address is. This is to ensure that we put you on the correct street watch, and they then save your detail as well, so that if you happen to put information through, they know who they're speaking to. So please, when you do ask, supply just your name and your physical address so that they can add that information, know which one to add you to. So that from that side, that's fairly easy. From the neighborhood watch side, you can basically follow exactly the same process by contacting us via Facebook, requesting for the application forms. You can contact, if you see any patroller on the street, whether if you're in Edgemead and you're watching, pull an Edgemead patroller down and say, listen, hey, I want to join. Or in Richwood or in Zone 4, for example. You can contact the various groups via their Facebook pages. And you'll see on Facebook, the various groups are fairly socially strong, socially active. So you'll find their details popping up all over. Yeah. So if you want to know more about it, contact the neighborhood watchers and get hold of us, and we will gladly assist you in onboarding you into the watch. It is becoming a far easier process nowadays. Little bit of training, little bit of help here and there, and you'll be well on your way assisting your community. Yeah.
There we go.
Perfect.
And then just quickly, I think Graham has said how to join. And then I'll quickly say, what is a Street Watch, or what do you do as a Street Watch member? Folks, the Street Watchers are there for you to share information. They're not sort of chat groups where you say, hi, can you come over for coffee, or do you want to bride tonight, or something like that. There's social groups for that, which you're also welcome to join for each zone. But your Street Watch is basically to inform your neighbors if there's something sneaky going out in the road, if there's a suspicious vehicle or suspicious person, or someone has broken in, and you can put that information on there quickly for the people to see. We have got members that monitor those groups. So you can understand we've got about, I think, almost 100 Street Watchers. We don't want to mute those Street Watchers. That's why we ask people not to post unnecessary information on there. So lost dogs and stuff, there's fur baby groups for that, and we will get one of them on the show one night to tell you how to join there. But the idea is that the Street Watch is literally that, a watch. You as a member in the street, you watch what's going on, share information, suspicious people, stuff like that. Our people will monitor it. We will then dispatch medics or SAPs or whatever. But if we've got a Street Watch, or we've got 500 messages coming through, and there's one that's important, that is a bit of an issue to scroll through and see if there's really an emergency. So we try and keep those Street Watch groups as silent as possible, as quiet as possible. But really, if there's an emergency, we want to pick it up easily. So that's sort of the idea behind the Street Watchers. And then we've got another thank you message here, Monthly Guardian. Thank you very much. And yes, thank you to all our surrounding Neighborhood Watch members and everybody. We work together as one big family, and we keep our area safe. We're always looking for more members. So yeah, Graham did sort of mention quickly the Neighborhood Watch thing. Yes, at the moment, folks, we've got a bit of technical issues on our side, but we're working on that. Hopefully soon we'll have a sort of website up and going where you can get a digital form where you subscribe, fill in online, pre-send, we get your details. We're busy working on streamlining the process a lot quicker. A quick training session, get you out there, and trust me, you won't be disappointed in joining a happy family, any Neighborhood Watch. So yeah, please make an effort to join. I think, Graham, that sort of takes care of the Street Watchers and all that. And then on that, I don't really know how to introduce our next guest.
Well, let me introduce him. Because as I said, this is one of the things that I'm looking forward to getting involved in personally as well. So if I can ask you to bring Chris onto the screen for me, please.
Okay. Let me get Miss out of the way, yeah?
Right. Well, the person that I'm going to be bringing up is somebody that I've actually gotten to know recently, and I absolutely love what they do. It's something that I've seen on Facebook so many times, where I've heard somebody's done this on the beach, somebody's done that on the beach, and I've always thought, yes, it's a novel idea, but I never took the time to inquire and find out why and understand the impact that something like that has. So, Chris, I've kind of kept it relatively cryptic. Can you please let us know what it is you do?
Okay, well, I'm Chris from See the Bigger Picture Ocean Initiative. We do beach cleans, firstly, and also one of our programs is a youth outreach program called Defenders of the Blue. Now, it's our keystone program is actually Defenders of the Blue, where we take kids from underprivileged communities and we teach them about citizen science, and we teach them about marine biology, and teach them snorkeling. So we take them to Miller's Point tidal pool, and some of them can't even swim. We teach them how to swim, we teach them how to snorkel, And through this action, we try to create a connection with the sea, so that they want to protect the ocean. The beach cleans are obviously to clean the beach, but we also use them to create awareness and to educate people on what can and cannot be recycled. We have a beach clean coming up near you guys, which is at the Black River mouth in Pardon Island. There's that little flyover that goes over the river. We normally meet on low tide because your access is quite limited and is tidal dependent. So we time it so either early in the morning or around about mid-morning. But the Black River, I don't know if you guys know, but there's about 2.5 tons of plastic flows into Table Bay every single day. So we've got to be careful with the numbers of people that we take, considering the third wave with COVID. Yeah. So we can only have a maximum of 100. People are socially distanced on our cleans. We do have sanitizers. You do register. All the relevant COVID protocols are enforced. But we do need all the hands we can get. On our first clean there, we picked up something like 8,500 bottles, empty plastic bottles, PET bottles. We filled 2 trucks, and that was within an hour and 15 minutes of cleaning. So there's a lot of plastic that goes out into Table Bay. And then obviously with winter coming up, or being here, a lot of that northwester blows all of that plastic back into the Dulles and along the beaches in Table Bay. So we're essentially an environmental group with volunteers for the beach cleans, and we also employ waste pickers to sort our waste once we take it through to the recycling depot.
Yes. So, Chris, let's take him back. How do I get involved? So I'm going to ask Aristo if you can put that email address up, so I know that way people can contact you and say, right, Chris, I want to get involved. So, for example, on a typical beach clean, I'm assuming that I'm not going to be putting on any high heels and miniskirts. So what do you recommend that I wear for a beach clean? Do I need gloves, boots? What is required?
Okay, so on a clean like Black River, you are working on in a dirty area. So we normally give you guys gloves. We reuse our gloves. Our gloves are disinfected and washed every time. They do look secondhand, but they are clean and sanitized. Yes. We do this because we don't want to create more plastic than we collect. So we don't do the rubber gloves or any of those gloves because they're disposable. It's not part of our program. We don't like to create more plastic. Yes. Something comfortable. In winter, it can get quite chilly. So wear something that's suitable for the weather conditions of the day. Definitely closed-soled shoes are best, especially on the Dulles. You are walking and jumping in between concrete blocks. So yes. We need to think about safety as well. Okay. But yeah, so it's essentially weather dependent, but we do give you gloves.
So on the day. Now I know how to get hold of you, what to wear, the process building up to that day. Once I say to you, Chris, I'm interested, you're obviously going to feed through the information to that individual of where, what time, where to meet, etc. Is this something that when I walk up, I clearly can identify, right, those are the guys I need to be with? Or yes. Talk me through how you start. Is there a briefing? What the process is for the day and how you end off?
Okay, so essentially all of our events are advertised on social media, mostly on Instagram, but we do have the Facebook events. So please follow us on the socials to get all of that information. Yeah. On those adverts and pages, there are online registration links which you need to fill out so that we can get a good idea of the numbers of people who will be attending, especially now in the time of COVID where we need to make sure and monitor numbers of people. So please register beforehand so that we can get an idea of who is coming, and so just about numbers. Yeah. So you guys rock up on the beach. You will see we have banners and flags and a gazebo. And our cleans are slightly different to others, is that we have a DJ. So we normally try and make it as fun as possible.
Yes.
A lot of the kids we've had in the past have done dance-offs while they've been sorting out plastic. So it can be quite fun. I have to be honest, cleaning a beach is not particularly attractive, but that's why we try and bring in some music just to lighten the atmosphere and keep everything positive. And yeah, so essentially you guys will register. Everyone will be socially distanced. We disinfect your hands. We take your temperature. You sign the register, and then I will do a safety briefing. That will include I'm an EFR, emergency first responder. All of our staff are actually medically trained for first aid, and there is a first aid kit at our desk. From there, we will set you out in teams, and you literally go and collect. On Black River, we try and actually focus on polystyrene and PET plastic because it is almost cleaned by the ocean, so it's a lot easier to clean, and we find our impact is increased that way.
Okay. Then now we basically run through it. You've picked up, as you mentioned, the one day a vast amount of plastic products. What happens with that? How do we know it doesn't end up, unfortunately, back where we've just picked it up? What do you do with that?
So essentially, once the volunteers will bring that plastic back, it is collected and taken to a recycling company, which is in the southern deep south in Masipumaleli. We prefer to support the small organizations because with COVID, they really struggled. So we support False Bay Trading, which is next to Masipumaleli. Then we also pay about 10 waste pickers to help and sort out the waste that we collect. We do this so that we can take the data as to what we are collecting most of, and everything that can be recycled is recycled. Everything that isn't recyclable is captured data-wise, and then unfortunately either shredded and then goes to landfill. We do have plans to create a completely circular economy. So any waste we collect that isn't recycled, we're planning on donating to a company that creates a building aggregate for concrete. So that means that the waste you pick up does not end up anywhere in the environment anymore. So that's all in the planning stages, so that we have the zero waste clean.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, this process helps some of the disadvantaged, and it helps the environment as well. So how did you get involved in this? Were you leaning on the side of helping the disadvantaged, or were you just sick and tired of seeing what ends up on our beaches? Where did this start?
Well, myself and my wife are free divers, and we belong to a free diving community here in Cape Town. And I noticed on one of my dives, I was diving past a lot of plastic was floating by me. And I'm not sure if you've seen it, there's an iconic video of, I think it's the Philippines or Indo, where a diver is swimming in this plastic soup. And I'm an action type of person, so I don't like to just stand by. So I met up also on one of the beach cleans that I did with the trail freediving group. I met a man called Shamir Mahmoud, and he was also taking his family and kids from his area to come and snorkel and create this connection with the ocean. After meeting him, the inspiration hit, and the two of us, along with Tash, my wife, and another friend, Janaid Peterson, we created See the Bigger Picture as an official non-profit organization. That was almost 3 years ago. And so far, we've collected almost 15 tons of plastic waste off Cape Town beaches.
Yeah, that is a lot. I know every time I do go to the beach, You always see the straw sticking through the sand. You always find that bottle, that I'm not going to say which brand, the lids that are lying around from the bottles, from the soft drinks we have. It's scary how much there is. And that's what I said earlier on. I really would like to get involved as well sometime. So with this, for your next cleanup, I'm going to see if we can arrange, obviously COVID numbers dependent and things like that, some of the Boerzig juniors from the Junior Neighborhood Watch to come through, get involved, teach the kids from young how to give back into their community. And this is one of the ways of saving the community that we live in. You and I grew up with, I would say, relatively clean beaches, if not pristine beaches. And unfortunately, we can't give that to our kids anymore because they're not in that state. And once again, if we can assist some of the, I cannot think of the right word, and I was going to say unfortunate, if we can assist people in creating an income from some of this, it's a win-win situation for everybody.
Yes, exactly.
So I'm looking forward to seeing you again and getting involved. But yeah, we've got to move on with the show, unfortunately.
No problem.
So I'm going to ask you, Chris, if you could leave a parting word with us, something that you think might inspire people, or just what you think you'd like to leave with us behind. And then we can say goodbye to you on that note.
Okay, everyone, I get constant emails all the time. How can we help? How can we be a part of this initiative? There's two major things that you can do. First thing is come and join us on a beach clean. Come and take a look how bad the problem is. You know, out of sight, out of mind is very, very true when it comes to the environment. You don't see the plastic if you don't look for it. We will show you the plastic, and it is everywhere. So we need everyone's help. Secondly, we're a public donation company. We're a non-profit, so donating, no matter what it is, it always helps. That money goes towards supporting underprivileged kids and supporting underprivileged families when it comes to the staff and the waste pickers that we support. So please, you can go onto our website where we have multiple ways of donating, and then also try and limit your plastic consumption. Don't buy food packaging that is in plastic wrappers if you can't help it. So yeah, 3 ways. Please, I hope to see you guys at our beach cleans. See you next time. Thank you.
No, that's perfect. Chris, we forgot to put up the information sheet. So I'm going to ask Aristo if you can just put that up for a couple seconds so that the viewers can see that. Once again, please, guys, remember, after tonight, this is available on Facebook. So should you want to go back and double check the dates, remember which episode it is, go find it on YouTube. Alternatively, just at least remember the name and contact them on their social media platforms like Facebook and Instagram, etc. But Chris, thank you very much for joining us this evening. It was great having you, and look forward to chatting with you soon.
Perfect. Thanks, Graham. Right. Cheers, Aristo. Have a good evening.
Cheers. You too. Well, there we go, folks. It's a very simple way and another way that you can help the community. And essentially, you're helping the community, you're helping yourself. I know as Cape Townians, we're very proud of our mountain. We're very proud of our beaches. Now it's time for us to actually stand up, be counted, and make sure that our beaches are as clean as we are proud of them.
Yeah, no, definitely. We'll definitely make a plan and go join up with them. At one stage, there's a lot of people we have to meet, but COVID must just relax a bit, and then we're going to definitely go join all these people and have a bit of fun with them.
Yeah.
So, Graham, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix the show up a bit tonight. So I'm sure Gary doesn't mind hanging on a little bit. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring on our next guest. So, folks, sorry, Graham, I'm going to get rid of you quickly. I'll be back with you now. And Gary, we'll be with you soon. So I don't know how many of you have sort of, as you've driven up Vryburger Road, there close to the library, you've seen this little Vinci standing there. I know we stopped there one night as neighborhood watch flashing lights, and they were very panicking that we were going to tell them to pack up and go. And we said, no. We're coming to see what you're doing here. And guess what? We got them on the show, and they're going to tell us more. But before we get to them, I'm going to see if this works. I stole this little clip from Facebook. Let's see if we can get this to play. Let me just get them. JP, what is going on there? I know we medics, but we don't want to pick up fingers. And good evening. Welcome to the
show. Good evening, Aristo, man. How's it going, guys?
No complaints, man. I was panicking there that we're gonna have to come and pick up some fingers. Sorry, let me just quickly close this other page.
No, don't worry. I've been doing that since the age of 6 years old already. Don't worry. No fingers picking up from that side. Yeah.
Hold up your hands by the camera so we can just see. Have you got all the fingers there?
All of them.
Are they all 10 there? No, they all 10. JP, we've seen you next to the road. We've popped in there by you quickly to say hello and say, hey, come and join our show. Tell us, what do you guys do? Where do you come from? And how did you get this idea of this little food truck of yours?
Okay, so first, before we go further, this is my cousin and business partner, Justin Scheller. I don't know if you guys remember the night, the night we all met. Yeah, so it's basically the two of us, and this is something that we've been wanting to do for a very long time now. I think, 7 years, Justin?
Yeah, we've definitely been talking about it for a long time.
Yeah, and he's actually from America, guys, and because I think when COVID hit, the realization also hit, and I said to Justin, look, I feel like this is the right time to be doing this. It seems crazy trying to do it through this difficult time. It's not easy, but I think the amount of work and effort that goes in and that went into the business, it's really showing now, and I can just appreciate obviously all the support that we've been getting. I mean, from the get-go, our launch, Justin, I don't know if you want to speak about it, the business launch.
I said a little something. I'll make it short and sweet. But in a nutshell, so the name of the company is Urban Game by Roadside Smokehouse. So Roadside Smokehouse is the actual name that we trade under through the South African government. JP did all the legwork for that. So I thank him a lot for that. But we've been talking about this for years because I'm not a chef or a cook. He's the man with the plan with that. So he's definitely the one that holds it down for the most part. But when we technically launched in November of 2020. But at that point in time, I was still overseas. I still am overseas. I've actually been stuck here for about almost 6 months now. But he's been holding it down. And we opened up in Kraaifontein. So my daughter is here. Due to the pandemic, a lot of families have been separated. So my daughter has been going to school here because myself and her mom work abroad. Her mom being South African and me, both of us work in the Middle East. So my daughter's school was the opening launch back in February. And we basically fed anywhere between 50 to 80 kids in the neighborhood for free. And that was our soft launch that we did in the northern suburbs, in Kraaifontein to be specific. The school is SAWCO, which is the South African Women's Cultural Organization. So that's what we opened up. I basically told JP, hey, if we're going to open up, let's just feed the community, because that's what it's about. It's all about giving back, to be honest. And with that being said, I mean, we would definitely love, and he'll be the point of contact for everything here in South Africa. Any community events that you all may want us to be a part of, we would gladly join. He'll definitely be there at the drop of a hat. But like I said, it's been a long time coming, and we just finally made the decision to finally go ahead and do it. And it's worked out. It is tough, but I mean, as long as we keep grinding, especially him, Because like I said, he's actually the chef. He's the one that loves everything around, and he's the one that's familiar with the area, and he can probably go over a little bit why we have chosen that side of the world, him being familiar. I love Summer Greens because my uncle used to have a house there, so I'm okay with that area, and it's close to the mall too. But JP, yeah.
Yeah, look, I mean, I matriculated at Bosmansdam, or from Bosmansdam, and Boeresig and Bosmansdam, obviously, and Summer Greens as well. You know, it's very dear to my heart. I spent a very interesting time of my life there, I would say. A few years of very interesting years. I'm just gonna leave it at that. But Boeresig, I'm very familiar with. There's a lot of my friends, school friends. You know, the support there is, you know, like it feels like a little Bosmansdam reunion, you know, when everybody comes and they collect their food at the trail, and it's truly amazing all the support that I'm getting, you know, and more people are finding out about the trailer, you know, the good food, the burgers, you know, the little tacos and things that's coming through. We've done a few events as well, but with us, you know, the first time I came, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't get a very good reception, but I chose the library because, you know, it was kind of also back in the day, walking walking those streets, you know, the library park was kind of a little meeting center for us. And from there, we would just go and visit our friends over weekends. So, yeah, look, I kind of grew up in that area as well. And I feel like it's very dear to my heart, like I said. Um, I know where I came from, Hanover Park. You know, we were talking about disadvantaged kids and things like that. And that really is also true to my heart as well. And you know, it's very difficult during this time to, you know, try and commit to any sort of any commitment or anything like that. But, you know, we, like Justin said, I will be there, and anybody that needs, you know, anything from us, in terms of cooking and trying to help out as well, you guys are more than welcome to let us know. There's all the information over there, Urban Game, the RSH. That is a WhatsApp and a call number over there. So you guys are more than welcome to call the number and find out when and whenever we are in your area or back in Boeresig, but we mainly there. And I would truly love to be there every single day because, you know, more and more people are coming to the trail and they say, you weren't here on Wednesday. Why are you here on the Friday? Like, I'm trying, man. I'm really trying, you know, and it's difficult to do it alone as well, you know. But, you know, with the right support and the family that I've got and the business partner and all the friends, you know, in Summer Greens, in Hanover Park, wherever you guys are in Thornton, in Joburg, you know, you guys are, I feel the love from everywhere. And that is the whole thing, man. You know, that area, it's just, I feel safe now that I know that, you know, the neighborhood watch is also on our side now as well. And the community is getting involved. You know, like I said, I'm there. Most times I'm there alone, you know, and it does get scary, you know, standing there trading. You know, with everything that I've got there, that's my entire life right there. A lot of people ask, do I have a real job? That's my job, guys. That is what I do.
Yeah.
You know, and yes, I'm a chef. And because of COVID, you know, a lot of us lost our jobs. You know, especially my industry, it took a very big hit. So I would encourage, you know, whoever is at home that is capable of doing it, try and just, you know, go on your own and try and do it. You know, it's one thing at being at home and, you know, knowing that you lost your job because of this thing. So I'm trying to make this thing work. We're trying to make it work during this time. And with the great support that I've been getting, also from all the other areas that I've been in before as well. And I appreciate Chris going out there trying to keep the beaches clean because when summertime comes, I want that trailer to be there as well, you know?
Right.
And, you know, so there's a lot behind what we actually do. It's not just about cooking and trying to keep my fingers safe on the trailer. You know, it's the community and getting everybody, you know, back to some sort of norm. You know, like everything has just been crazy, and you know, people are afraid to dine out. You know, at least on the trailer, you can see me doing my thing there. You know, and it's also I connect with whoever is there. You know, whoever's on this channel right now, you can agree with me or not. We connect on such a level there, and it's so much fun at the trailer. I love it when you guys come out. So thank you so much, guys.
Yeah, that's if I can, I know there's time slot, but yeah, our slogan is Ubuntu, which is actually togetherness. We are because of you. So that's definitely something that we try to incorporate within the community. I appreciate the time. I don't know if you're going to ask any questions, but I just want to get this in. I appreciate everyone's time and y'all giving us the opportunity to basically promote ourselves to the community, and then as well, being a part of this community now. JP's going to have to hold it down because I got some sad news. I leave on Sunday. I fly back to America, so
I can settle, please.
No, don't close the borders on me. I gotta go. So yeah. Thank you so much for the opportunity. But JP, I'm sorry, you cut him off.
No, definitely.
Any other questions?
JP, I have to ask, what is your? I know you've mentioned a few things you make. What is your speciality in that trailer? What is your main selling point?
Ooh,
would be the burgers. It would be the burgers.
It's definitely the burgers. It's definitely the burgers. But look, I try to accommodate everyone. So a lot of people also came up to me and asked me if I have vegetarian options and things like that. Look, I really do. But what we kind of specialize in is actually the game burgers that we actually do. So there's ostrich. There's an option for ostrich, kudu. I would like to do some pulled tacos. Smoke. We try and smoke some of our meat cuts. Even the onions that we use for the caramelized onion is also smoked as well. So, it's not just a burger that you're getting. It is a little story that I'm trying to tell about myself. There's just so much in that little unwrapping package that you get. It's truly amazing, and it's been an amazing ride so far. I got the trailer in November last year, and I said to Justin, I need to start the trading. I need to get these flavors out there, and Summer Greens is actually where all of this went down. It started in Summer Greens, and it's been a crazy ride ever since now.
Good ride.
Yeah.
Those characters.
So JP, I think the next question we want to know, how often or when are you back in our area? So, because we definitely going to come and pop in there with a camera one day and come and sample
every day.
Every day. With your knives there. When can people expect you in the Boterstag area?
I'm gonna try to be there every Friday, guys. Or I'll definitely be there every Friday. So this Friday I'll definitely be there. But yeah, look, on the Saturday I try and support the Boterstag boys as well. So I'm at the soccer field in between the library and the soccer field. But as of next week, I would really try to be there every single day. What I want to do also, I want to try and make our lives easier at home as well. In terms of load shedding schedules being all over the place. If I can have little meal offerings. In terms of family meal packages and things like that, you know what I mean? That, it just make life easier. You come home, you get it into the oven, there you go. So, I want to create, little freedom, for the moms at home, especially. So, ladies, soon.
And gents. Maybe some single dads.
And gents. Sorry, guys. Excuse, guys.
Don't worry, we also do that. We sometimes forget people, but we, they forgive us because they like us. So we
man, I knew you on my side. Thanks so much.
JP, look here. I must say, when we popped in the night there by the trailer after your initial scare with the white lights, we had quite a nice chat. It was awesome to meet you guys. Thank you for coming on the show. We're definitely going to pop in there by you guys and come and sample some food and have a bit of chat. So we'll pop in on Friday nights. And you're also on Facebook, because that's where I stole the little clip from. So people can follow you on Facebook as well.
Yes, they can definitely follow me on Facebook. The business details are all over Facebook. I am currently a little bit more active on my personal profile, but yes, there is definitely a Facebook page, an Instagram page as well. All the links are there. Urban Game by Artist H, guys. Come on, check it out. And yeah, let's see you do my thing. Sorry, man. Stop looking.
Shout out to all the family and friends that was watching this on this interview. We love you all.
All the lounges.
Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Cheers, man.
There we go. Let me just get Graham back. Graham, these people have now somehow made me hungry. I think we're definitely going to go check out that little food stall of them. We have been there, but we popped in there and said we gave them quite a fright, and they thought we were coming to chase them away. We saw him make a bit of food. He was almost sold out because load shedding was almost done. So yeah, we'll definitely pop in there by him when he's next in the area and see what's going on.
No,
so
definitely.
I think on that we power hour. We've been having very interesting chat stuff, folks. Quickly, we need to move on to our next segment, and then we'll do the sponsors. So we're quickly going to bring our, if I can get the right things to click on here, we're quickly going to bring Gary in, and as per normal, Gary and Graham will give us a few more first aid tips. So stay tuned for that.
Hi there, Gary. How are you?
Hi, Graham. Hi,
Gary. I know tonight we've had some amazing guests on the show, very informative, and unfortunately we've eaten into your time slot. So I'm going to literally, I've got one question for you, so we're going to keep it really short and simple. However, I do think this is a highly pertinent question. I keep hearing people saying to me, the ambulance takes 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours. How do the ambulance service or the medical services, how do they prioritize where they go? And what commentary could you give me around the lead time it takes for an ambulance to physically arrive?
Okay, so what happens is calls are screened, obviously, by the call taker, whether you phone in the government ambulance service or whether you phone in a private service. Calls are screened and they are prioritized. What we talk about triage, and they look at all the, whether it's a life-threatening situation or not. And obviously, any life-threatening situation gets top priority. First priority. Those calls are tended to first. So you may call in, for someone who, and let's be honest, when one of your family members is ill or injured, you're very concerned, and as a result, you panic, and you want and I'm going to say expect the emergency services to be there at the drop of a hat. But like I said, it's not always possible because you're not the only person phoning into the emergency services. There are those other calls that are prioritized before, above yours or first, before, or will be attended to before yours. So advisable, I would say, for people to maybe know a little bit more about first aid, get some first aid training. So that you can assist in the meantime. But when, to come back to the actual call, when you make that call, you need to be very specific. I know once before we spoke about giving all details, and we spoke about a landmark, the yellow house with the green roof and that type of thing. But you need to be more specific about the injuries or the medical condition of your patient. If your patient is a known cardiac patient that has heart problems, you need to tell them that. Don't just say, my dad has got a pain in his chest. Be more specific and say, my dad is a cardiac sufferer. He's had perhaps previous surgery, or he's had a previous heart attack, or whatever. And try and get as much information and about the patient's condition, because the more clinical and medical type of information you can pass on, it makes it easier for them to determine, but hang on a minute, this can be life-threatening. Whereas it's not just someone who's phoning and maybe it's a bit of indigestion because he gobbled his supper down. With respect, I'll say that.
So if I could say now in a nutshell, basically the volume of ambulances we have to the need for ambulance is grossly out of balance.
Definitely.
Based on that, the medical services have to prioritize, unfortunately, most life-threatening cases first and less life-threatening cases last. So and then obviously the small number of ambulances have to take care of that in a priority list first, which could result in why they take 4 to 5 hours, because they've identified my case or my phone call as a much lower priority, not saying it's not a priority, just a lower priority. So then in that scenario, do you think it's safe to say that people, if a family member, if it's not absolutely no, let me rephrase that a family member takes you to the hospital or to your closest hospital where possible?
Yes, I'd recommend that. Obviously, if it's on a medical case, when it's trauma related, it could be different because you don't know what injuries the person has sustained. But I mean, if a person, for example, if you know he's fallen off a ladder and he's fractured his arm, and he's got no other complaints or pain or problems except the fractured arm, an ambulance is going to take 4 or 5 hours to get you. You can get that patient to hospital much quicker. And in the time that we would have been waiting for an ambulance, he probably can be discharged already. Admittedly, a lot of the hospitals are also under a lot of what can I say, duress and stress. Very busy at times, depending when what time of the day or night it is that you take the person to the hospital. But again, at the hospital, they also get prioritized. So people need to realize that they use what they call triage, where they triage the patient. A walk-in inpatient with a fractured arm, for example, will be classified as a green patient, and there's actually boards up in every emergency unit in every hospital which tells you, you could wait in excess of 2 hours before you actually get seen. And I know of some cases, depending on how busy the hospital or the emergency unit is, people could wait up to 4, 5, 6 hours even. But it's not life-threatening, and sometimes people get rather concerned and say, oh, I was there, I'm sitting with my broken arm, but yet somebody else came in and they were seen before me. Why? Because that person was obviously prioritized as a more, not necessarily life-threatening, but a situation that required, that unfortunately pushes you down, sort of down the ladder, if you know what I'm saying, and your waiting time becomes longer. So people just need to have patience, excuse the pun, but also, if you can, in a lot of cases, if it is possible to get the patient to hospital instead of waiting for an ambulance, it is advisable.
Okay. Well, Gary, as I said, unfortunately, we weren't going to have a lot of time this evening for this call, but thank you very much for that advice and for that clarity. I'm sure that will help a lot of people in understanding why situations are the way they are. So thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you again next time.
Yeah, thanks, Graham.
Perfect.
Cheers.
Yes, Gary. Well, Aristo, there we have it. That's actually cleared up something for me. Now I understand it's not always about the 6 hours. It's actually about where you fit in the greater scheme of things within the emergency services. So I think it's been a very packed night. I know we are running very, very low on time. We just need to remind people, I cannot remember the date. I think it's the 3rd, about the braai-through. I know it has gone out on the street watches. Guys, please get on that pamphlet. It'll tell you where you can order your burgers. I know one of the places is definitely Total Control in Boerdersig. Come through, order those burgers. It goes to a great cause. It's going to assist the medics. And you never know that the money that was made of the burger that you purchased could be the very bandage that assists you or a loved one in the future. So I know that money is going to CPF and through to the medics, but please, let's support it. It can only benefit the community in the long run.
Yes, please.
I don't know if you've got that poster available.
I sort of misplaced that poster, but it has been shared out on the groups. We will share it out on Facebook again. So folks, please support it. It really is a drive-through. You can drive up in your car. We'll bring your food to you. You don't even have to climb out. If you want to do walk-ins, we will have all the social distancing and COVID rules in place. You can walk up. Someone will bring you your food. You can pay, and you can also get it. So, please support us. Keep an eye on the Facebook pages for updates and all that. And then, Graham, quickly, I'll just quickly do it. Folks, as always, our sponsors, if I can just get them in here. Whoops. Our sponsors, as always, for the show, our main sponsor, Total Control Electrical, Dave and the guys down here at Village Center. Please pop in there for all your electrical needs. We will have Dave on the show probably next time and give us a bit of a rundown on Total Control. And then, of course, the guys from Extra Productions for putting this whole show together and making sure all the buttons are pushed. And Geardo RC for all the support they give us to also help host the show. We have had an insert on them before, and we'll probably get a bit more of them at some stage as well. I think, Graham, that is sort of the show for tonight. Let's just quickly, our guest we had, there we go, Chris from
See the Bigger Picture.
If you want any information, you can get hold of them on that email address. Get some help. We're definitely going to make a plan, I think, Graham, to get our juniors involved and go join them as well there for one day. I think that's an awesome idea. For those people that are hungry, there we go. Join a little JP and the guys in a little trailer. I'm telling you, make sure you've got lots of time, because not only are you going to buy your food, you're going to spend another 10, 15 minutes just chatting and having fun with the guys there. So, and then let me quickly see the next show, if I can get all my stuff to cooperate, folks. 2 weeks from now, we're looking probably about the 7th of July, I think it is.
Yeah.
But again, keep an eye on our Facebook page and all that. Join the group if you haven't joined it yet. We will put out the details for the Karoo Droogtehulp guys. We've got some awesome feedback already on that, so we'll keep you updated on that one. And I think that sort of, that takes care of the evening. The power hour is running a few minutes late tonight, but it was the powerful hour, I think.
Yes. Aristo, thank you very much for having me, and look forward to joining you again in 2 weeks' time.
There we go. Thank you, Graham. Have a good evening. Good night. There we go, folks. Another one in the bag. Stay safe. Remember, social distancing. Keep your masks on. Sanitize. Keep those hands clean. And we will make it through the third wave. We will see you soon.